Okay, I think we're good to go. All right. Welcome, everybody. Good to see you. A smaller group right now, but hopefully more people will trickle in as the webinar begins. So let's do our nice traditional thing of inviting our Heavenly Parent into our meeting. Always nice to do. Please join me in prayer. Dear God, our loving Heavenly Parent, we are now here at the end of a wonderful cycle of the core program. The last 2 months have been full of engaging conversations, lots of great connection as brothers and sisters in different groups, and as a whole, everybody working hard on really preparing themselves well for their future blessing and being part of this community of people together who are supporting each other on that wonderful, beautiful, sometimes scary, but lovely road and journey to that amazing achievement of being able to receive the incredible blessing that you have envisioned for all of us from the very beginning. So, yeah, I'm sure many people had a great experience. And even if they didn't, well, I hope they have a good experience now in this webinar and that they can really, yeah, enjoy the fellowship here. And we can, yeah, really close this program off well and really see each other off, not saying goodbye, but just saying farewell for now as we bring this cycle to a close. So I invite you to be with us, and I report this all in attending our Holy Mother Heart with gratitude. And in my name, David Hewish, of a blessed family, Jew. All right, good to see some lovely faces. Good to see you, Olivia, Ali, Maya, Mylan, Hannah, Hamel, Joseph. Those are all the faces that are visible, and Andy and Robert, my two wingmen on my screen right now. Good to see you guys as well. And yeah, if you can, please turn your cameras on. That would be fantastic. Right, so we have a nice packed schedule today. Quite a few things we'll be going into. So we'll be hearing testimonies from people's experience in the cycle of core, and then we'll have a brother sister activity, which for some of you, you might know what that is. For some of you, it's quite mysterious. So something exciting to look forward to. And then we'll finish with reflection as we bring this program to a close. So a few people volunteered to give testimonies, but I didn't confirm with them who's going to go first. So it's going to be completely random. And I hope that you're ready to give your story because, yeah, you better be ready. So I think I'm going to pass over the mic to Emil first. Let's welcome her up as she gives us her testimony.
So, yeah, good afternoon, brothers and sisters. Happy Friday, wherever you are in the world. So I was very happy and delighted to join High Noon for the second time. So I did the first time last year in 2024. And yeah, I think it's definitely grown a lot since then. There has been a lot of improvements, a lot of progress in that short amount of time. And I can see how much the team has grown, especially the facilitators and the leaders within the program have flourished beautifully. So I could say, obviously, David, Benji, Andy Fogg. I also know Araceli as well. These are all the people I kind of met already last year, and I've been kind of following this year. So I can see a lot of beautiful growth, and it's like blooming and growing a lot. And I would like to just say again, big thank you to the founders of High Noon, which I don't see, which I don't obviously know personally, but I know there's a lot of people also behind the scenes that have built this wonderful project and platform for people to really understand more how to prepare for the matching and the blessing. And so it's just very nice to be on board again in 2025. And I can see also the digital platform has been really, really improved a lot. So it's very nice to see all that progress because as we are living in different countries, it's great to be very tech, to be really on top of technology. So well done to the team for all the hard work and also all the content that's been put out, all the videos, all the personal experiences and the authenticity of each person, and the vulnerability, I think, as well. It's about being vulnerable and really being honest about these different points that we're going through. So I think yeah, again, it's great to see these brave people that can be very open, like an open book for others as well. So it helps others to also to grow, to heal, or all these things. So the more open and transparent and vulnerable we can be with one another, the more we can grow together, and not have any more shadows, isn't it? Having a life without shadows. So I think for me, on a personal level, I feel like I could live more, yeah, with more authenticity the second time around. I could feel like, because I've already kind of grasped the idea the first time round, the second time has been more deep and profound, and I feel like I've definitely grown personally, and it's definitely worth going through it a few times, actually. Like I'm even looking forward to maybe going through a third time, because I think each time it becomes more and more profound and more interesting, and so it's just very nice to feel that I've yeah, I think I've gone a long way since last year already, and it's just nice to be able to feel like I'm maturing. There are things that I've overcome, and I can feel I can live more closer day by day as a true daughter of God. So that's really what High Noon is doing, is really helping, I think, everyone to really be your best self, isn't it? So it's very important to really yeah, study, educate, read. And what I really highly recommend as well is the book club, which I'm part of now every Sundays as well. And I think to really go through the core of the universe, reading together with the sisters, and to really dive in the different questions, and to really share our different viewpoints or share our experiences is really, really valuable. There's so much to learn from each other, and just so much love and support that helps the community to grow together beautifully. So I think that's an addition as well. The core book club is something really, really good, and obviously I hope to continue with the sisters for the next weeks, even though like this program has finished with the 8 weeks. I'll be continuing the reading, which I'm really, really looking forward to. And so, yeah, again, it's just like I just want to praise the High Noon community. I think you're doing a wonderful job. I even watched Kevin Thompson giving a Sunday service praising High Noon in America. So, yeah, you guys should really be proud of your work, and you should really keep going. And yeah, and I think the world, the community really needs this more than ever. And I think for me also a nice personal experience is that I was able to give Core of the Universe to a friend of mine. So it's just nice to be able to feel that it's so good that you can actually share it with people, your friends that are not part of the community, but just to be able to share that with the wider world is a great thing, because I think we should all tap into it and really study this at schools. From high school, we should learn this content. From like 12, 13, we should kind of already start teaching that for young teenagers. And so yeah, so I'm very happy that I could give Core of the Universe in French to one of my friends, and hopefully, to continue kind of this journey with her as well, and to bring her on board, and hopefully bring her to the blessing as well, even though she's from a different religion, to be able to, go to the blessing together or something like that. So that's a bit something in the second cycle. I felt so happy and positive about the content that you know, you start to feel like you can share it with people, you know, so it's nice to feel so happy and inspired by it. So yeah, so thank you so much again, and you guys are absolutely great. And I loved all the testimonies, like the couples sharing also their real, you know, life stories was very, very nice. So thank you so much. All right, I'll pass it back to David.
Thank you, Mel. Thank you so much. Very nice to hear your experience. And yeah, thank you also for starting off with the testimonies. Always great to hear. I think you're quite experienced now that in High Noon we put you on the spot. You know, you're always ready to share something. So thank you for accepting and for being the first to share. Yeah, very nice to hear. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's now swiftly move on to the next testimony that we'll hear from one of our members. So let's go to a brother, and the person who will be sharing with us is also from the UK, a good friend of mine. Let's welcome up David Kurek.
Hello, everybody. I'm hoping you guys can hear me well. I know that there's a lot of background noise. So, yeah, I really wanted to appreciate this cycle. First of all, because of how many people were sharing in the group chat. And from the beginning of this program, since I knew that my parents were selling for a divorce, so I really felt like I needed this program. And the sessions, I really appreciated the sessions because it forced me to give myself the space that I needed to realize just how valuable this blessing is. And then being able to look at myself and realize that I've been not honest with myself many times, and realizing that it's easy for myself to think that the efforts that I make aren't seen. And then, so it really has meant a lot when I see everybody sharing in the group chat so deeply, and yeah, and then I really appreciated Benji's video from the second week. So I made a recording, and it meant so much to me to be able to show this recording to my mom, and not sure what she's going to say about it. And then hearing her appreciation and hearing her being so moved. Yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, David, for your vulnerable and very honest sharing. So thank you. It was a pleasure as well to be in the same group as you this program as well, and many deep conversations that we had with Joey and Patrick and other brothers. So yeah, it's sad that we're not in a group anymore, but of course we'll stay in contact. So thank you so much for your sharing, for your testimony. Okay, there are more testimonies to come, but we'll take a break for now and we'll have something else in the schedule. So we're going to give a little message to you all from a guy who is blessed himself, and you've seen him around either in videos or monitoring, different aspects of the program. So let's welcome up our dear brother from Germany, Andy Pock.
Hey, everybody. Congratulations on finishing the program. And I don't want to make this too long. I just wanted to give a little of a kind of what are next steps after this program, right? For some of you, this is, so some people on this call here, right, received the blessing this year. And I met many of you in Korea, I think, during this year. And then some of you recently in Prague, and anyway, all over the place, right? And so I think it's so, just wanted to give a shout out to the preciousness of doing a program like this, because the work really pays off. And something that I see now, it'd be great to hear from other blessed couples, but what I see now in my blessing is that every bit of work on myself or education I've received or program I've done, everything is playing a role in my relationship with my wife now. And I know that things I would not have worked through before is stuff that I naturally I would have to work through now, right? And it doesn't mean that there's nothing left for me to work on, right? But there are some things I was able to work on before, and they're a little bit easier now. Some things I completely missed out on that I now have to work on with my wife, but everything was really worth it to get off to a great start and then have a great foundation for the relationship. So I wanted to show you quickly, we created this offboarding page. And I want to send the link here in the chat as well, so you can have a look right away. And it looks like this. What is next? Okay, and so obviously one thing that you could do here, you have a bit of a table of content. In the first section is you could join core again, right? If you found core to be valuable, like some of you have already done, you could participate again. Sometimes we switch up the videos, probably not all of them, but you will have new new people in your group to talk with. You will be different in a different stage of life and have different insights. So that is one option, right? To join again or to join as a facilitator. Every cycle, we're looking for people who want to facilitate the conversation in a group. And it doesn't mean that you have to be, you have to have everything figured out already. That's usually most people's concern, right? It's like, I'm not blessed yet, or I've done it once. We can talk about that. And if you feel like that's something that you'd like to use kind of to give back to others, but also just as a next step in your own growth, right? To not only be a participant, but to contribute to the environment for others, right? Then that's part of the journey, right? Whether that's in core or outside of core, but part of the journey, right? Because the purpose of core is preparing ourselves for someone else. And so being a facilitator is a practice of doing something for somebody else, for other people. Of course, over the course of this program, different things might have come up for you, right? Maybe emotional things, maybe things that you have been or have not been able to share with your group, right? Depending on how deep they run. And so if you feel like this is a general, and you can look into the details, a general pointer we want to give people is that it's always useful to find the right people to talk to and surround ourselves with a good team in the matching and blessing preparation and marriage prep, but also generally in our lives. And so to reach out to a mentor or counselor, if you feel like there's more you want to work on, more you want to understand about yourself and learn about yourself, right? We offer mentorship in core for people who want to. We offer mentorship, especially in Ascend, for people who are working on their sexual integrity. And that, I'll get to that in a second. And so this is obviously really much dependent on where you're at, right? Some of you might have joined core a kind of to as your first step in matching preparation and to get to know more people, get some education. And for some, this is like it's part of a very concrete journey that you're already on, and it's already on your horizon, the matching and blessing. And so some general next steps that you can take, right, are to become a candidate, right, or to get in touch with a matching advisor or a blessing representative from your region, right? Because it really depends on, and the Blessed Family Ministry is really different depending on where you're from. And so, as I knew, we don't give any detailed guidance on concrete matching steps, right? But we do want to kind of point towards your local BFD or your local BFM and use that as a next kind of resource. Okay, and what I know that for many has come up during this journey, not for everybody, but for some of you, what you might have discovered during these 8 weeks is that you want to work more on your sexual integrity, right? And that's actually a very important part of preparing for the blessing and getting sexual integrity very solid and have a strong foundation in that, because it can make or break us in our relationship. And so if that is something that you would like to give more attention to, right, and take serious in your life, then feel free to sign up for the Ascend program, because we have designed a program and are upgrading this program continuously, especially for people who want to work on their sexual integrity. Right? It's made for you if this is something you want to work on. All right. Other than that, we always love to hear from you. I might be reaching out, Araceli might be reaching out to some of you just to hear more of your guys and gals experiences, because we really like to get the word out and have that help encourage others who might be on the fence, right, of should I join this, should I not, to hear people's testimonials, because that's your testimony is the most powerful witness testimony, right, to this experience. All right. That's all I wanted to share with you today. And I'll give it back to you, David, and next testimonies.
Thank you very much, Andy. Good to see all of the action steps and what you could do after this program finishes. Rather than be sad that the program is over, we can do something positive. So nice to have that. Okay, so let's move on to testimonies. We have 2 more here. So who should I choose? I'm going to go with the person who told me first that they can give a testimony, the first person who submitted their testimony, you could say, and a very exemplary member of this group, this program. I'm going to pass it over to Maya.
All right, hello everyone. So my name is Maya. I am 21 years old. Second gen from Israel. You probably saw my messages in the discussion group. And yeah, I volunteered to give a testimony in order to how to say overcome my social anxiety. So please be patient with me. But yeah, I just wanted to share my experience. This is my first time joining the program. And at the beginning or before joining, I was very much struggling with many things going on in my life. And yeah, I was really trying to like find a way to make a change, because I couldn't just like sit at home and be sad about whatever is wrong in my life. So like backstory, I served in the military for 2 years. So I finished in March, and then in April I went to Korea for all the events, and I also participated in a youth leaders workshop there. And then I was really like lost at as for what my next steps are. So I just knew that I really want to focus, like take my life to get my life together, and really focus on starting to prepare for the matching and blessing process. But because I'm the eldest child in my family that's going to the blessing and just like going through this process, me and my mom were kind of at a loss for what to do. So like I talked with her a little bit about like getting things started, but she was very much like anyway, she didn't know what to do. So like after I came back from Korea, I heard about the program. So I was like, okay, that's the first step I can take and really not feel like I'm just sitting and not doing anything. And maybe like through learning new things in the program or just hearing. Anyway, I felt like it's a door to just open this area in my life. So yeah, that was like the first wheel to start spinning in this process. And yeah, so I just read like what more I wrote down what are my expectations from the program before I joined. And I just read them before this webinar. And yeah, I wrote down that I'm really looking to find a community, mainly of sisters, to really be able to share openly and really kind of reveal my heart and have people who support that and go through whatever I'm going through together with me. So I feel like, yeah, I really got that from this program. I joined a lovely group that was facilitated by Talia Fox. She was so kind, and all of my team members were so nice. And before starting the program, I saw like there's always all of these like requirements, and I was like reading everything, and I told myself like, oh my goodness, sharing honestly, like how am I gonna do that? How am I gonna like voice all of the things that I never talked about, like all of my deepest, darkest shadows? Like no way. I was like, no way I'm gonna talk about this. But I quickly told myself that if I really want to go through a process and like make a change and like see a result at the end, then I need to know that I'm going into this fully committed. So yeah, that was kind of my mindset. And yeah, my group really helped me fulfill this requirement of sharing honestly. And so this really changed me. And also learning from other sisters, like from their sharings and from their struggles. I learned how they're dealing with it and kind of I saw what I can apply to my life. And most importantly, I really gained some deep connections with sisters that I share the same values with. And I really saw that I'm not alone. Because, usually when you go through something tough, then you say, oh, I'm the only one that's going through this. And even if other people say, oh yeah, I'm in the same situation too, you're like, no, no. I'm like, this is the toughest here, and like you don't understand, even if you say so. So I really got to see that, other people are going through crap too. Yeah, so that was the first thing that I'm really happy I gained from this program. And the second thing was that I could really change my mindset about so many things. That was I wasn't very informed about. So anyway, my concept about sex and like what's good sex and sexuality and relationships and the blessing and what marriage is, like all of this big umbrella of terms and ideas that I thought I kind of knew and had an idea about, but anyway, I could realize that I knew just like 1% maybe. So anyway, I was very happy to be able to change my concepts and change my point of view about these topics. And I think that through these understandings, I could really come to a decision or a realization within myself, and really tell myself that, okay, now that I know like what's true, how do I get there? How do I have integrity about this? So if I believe in this, like how do I change how I live right now? So I feel like I started really taking my life together, and I started being just intentional about everything I do. So I told myself that every day I should read Hundake, or just, God's word, and I'm sticking to that, and like praying, even if it's a little bit, just making this effort, and yeah, just having and seeing like an end goal um in in my life. So yeah, I just feel like there's so many thoughts going on, and like so many great things that I understood that I'm kind of at a loss for words in what I want to share, but that's like the gist of it, I guess. It was a really good opportunity to change what's in here and what's in here. And yeah, the bottom line, I also, if we're looking at like this pyramid, the 7-step pyramid, I think, or 8 steps, that Benji shared in his video. No, was it Benji? I don't remember, but anyway, this pyramid where God and spirituality is at the bottom. I really came to realize that I'm at this bottom, but I'm very happy about this, that I was able to realize this, and now I have people to go through this process with. So yeah, thanks.
Thank you for sharing so much, Maya. Wow, amazing, amazing to hear your story. Okay, so we got one more testimony for now. So I'd like
Hi. Yeah, my name's Sinshim Hanali. I'm from the UK. I'm 16 years old, and this is my first time ever being on Core and also ever giving a testimony, so bear with me. I don't really know what I'm doing. Yeah, I kind of wanted to I was actually really hesitant about sharing a testimony because I was like, oh, talking in front of people is not really my forte. I'm not like, yeah. But I was talking to David and I was like, I kind of wanted to just push myself to get out of my comfort zone. And I don't know, I was just like, you know what? I'll just do it. I'm just gonna give it a go. Yeah. So I just wanted to share like my experience of being on Core for the first time. Yeah, so also a little bit of context. The thing that I really liked about Core was being able to just openly share. Like I was in a group with Mylene as my facilitator and 2 other sisters. And I felt like from day one, she was like, okay, guys, foundation, we're just gonna share everything. Like you can just be open, like no judgment, whatever said stays here. Like I was like, okay. Because I feel like I couldn't share, I could only share with like my immediate family and like maybe like 2 other friends. Like everyone else was a bit more like, if someone said, "How are you?" You just be like, "I'm good. I'm just like I've been doing school. I've been doing this. I've been doing that." But you don't really like, you can't really open your heart to any, like I don't know. That was just me. I couldn't really open my heart to anyone. So coming onto core was like really nice because it's just like I could just be myself, and it wasn't like I don't know. I have an older sister and I think she's amazing. I'm like, oh my God, she's so cool. So I always feel like sometimes when I'm with my friends, I'm like, are they just friends with me? Because they're friends with my sister. And I'm just like an add-on pack. So I have a lot of insecurities, but anyway, I felt that when I came onto court, it was me. I was the one sharing. I was the one who was like part of the group. And I felt through being able to just open up, being able to just talk to sisters, especially ones that I don't know, like that I've met for the first time, I felt that I could just really just appreciate just being with people and also being able to take in the content. Because I feel like I could just really discuss it and understand it on a deeper level with connecting it to myself. I also felt like after this, after joining core, recently my mindset has just switched. I went from being like someone who just didn't really think about God, didn't really think about your parents. But like recently I've been talking to my school friends. I've been like, guys, like I'm part of the church, I'm part of the Unification Church. This is what we do. And usually I'm like expecting backlash, like my friends to be like, you're part of a cult. But all of them were like really interested. They were like, oh, tell me more about it. I was like, what? You guys are actually interested? And then I felt like I could actually like in public be like, oh, I believe in God. This is what I believe in. And also just like in general, I've just been like putting my trust in God. I'm like, you know what? If God wants me to do it, God wants me to do it. If God doesn't want me to do it, I won't go. Like the most recent example was the Pure Water Assembly. I was like, oh, should I go? Should I not? Because I could go to Camberg, do the senior heart workshop, and then I could go to the Peace Cup and do all this other stuff. And I also have to do schoolwork. So I was like, oh, should I go to Korea? Should I not? And then I was like, you know what? I'm below the age limit, but let me just sign up. If God wants me to go to the Pure Water, he'll let me go. He'll give me a place. If he doesn't want me to go, I'll go to Camberg and I'll get some knowledge from there. And then 2 days later, I got an email being like, oh, we're offering you a place. And I was like, eh. So I was like, I'm now sorting out all the details and stuff, but I was like, God wanted me to go, so I'm gonna go. Yeah, I feel like that's mainly what I wanted to share, how High Noon has allowed me to change my mindset, to be able to accept God and also just see God in like little things in my life that I wasn't able to before. But also I'm able to gain more knowledge about the matching and blessing, which I didn't have before. Because I kind of came in blind and I was like, you know what, my sister said High Noon was really good. So I'll come along and I'll try expand my knowledge, but also try open my heart to people more. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Hannah. Really good to hear your testimony. How this experience in core has not only helped you with your kind of blessing knowledge, but also with your relationship with God, which I'm really happy to hear. So that's really amazing. And I hope you have a great time in Korea this summer as well. Okay, thank you for all of the testimony givers. So we now have the big fun activity of this webinar, the real meat of this call. We're going to have a brother-sister activity. Ooh, what is this? Okay, let me explain. So we're going to break off into groups of brothers and sisters together in small breakouts, and we have some set questions for you all. Questions for the sisters to ask to the brothers, and questions for the brothers to ask to the sisters. And the reason we want to have this activity, it's been a staple for the core program for the last 2 years. We do this at least once a cycle. We are all preparing for the blessing, but I really believe that to prepare well for the blessing, you have to be an outstanding, amazing single person first. And I think that the best singles are the ones who are able to have great brother-sister relationships with all the people around them as well. Brother and sister, sister and brother, not just with your sisters if you're a sister, and not just with your brothers if you're a brother. Also, well, once you're blessed, there are still 4 billion people of the opposite gender of the world. So at some point in life, you kind of have to get along with them, unless you hide under a bridge, right? So let's hope that this activity can help with all of us to get to know the opposite gender a bit deeper, a bit better, and to maybe build some friendship. So yeah, we'll have 45 minutes to have this activity with a set of questions, which will be dropping in the chat in 3, 2, 1. There we go. There are the questions. And yeah, I hope you all enjoy your discussions, and we'll see you soon. Yes. Okay. Awesome. I hope you all had a great experience. So let's just go around briefly and get a kind of reading on how was your experience in the groups. If anybody wants to share briefly what their experience was like from hearing from the opposite gender, I'd love to hear it. So does anybody want to share? Maybe let's get 3 people.
I wanted to share from my group.
Go on.
So I knew like maybe half of the people in my group, and the most valuable thing was hearing from a sister the points that she disagreed with that brothers do. And I think it was meaningful to me because it encouraged me to take those to take more opportunities.
Well, that bad, huh? No worries. Thank you for sharing, David. So yeah, anybody else?
Maybe I can just share one thing. I don't know if it's fully related to our breakout group, but just in general, I feel like the timing. I mean, I'm gonna be completely honest. I forgot about this webinar, and I was at home and I felt a calling to go outside and do something quite important. I can like open up now about it, but let's just say it's quite important. And I went and I did it, and then I started getting notifications, and oh, I saw this that this is the conclusion of this cycle, and it's really interesting for me how God works. And yeah, we also had a really good talk. I feel like these kind of opportunities, they give us a chance to have these kind of good talks with brothers and sisters that we don't usually get, especially in the real world, let's say, that we live in. And yeah, it was just really nice to hear the different perspectives. And yeah, also just I'm just amazed at how God's timing is really perfect. So anyway, that's what I want to say.
Nice. Thank you, Robert. Quickly, any sisters want to share anything?
Yeah, I just want to say I value very much the brother and sister relationship we have within our community. I think we're truly blessed to be able to experience a healthy, godly, centered relationships, and that we can really see the true, how God intended brother and sister relationships to be. And it shouldn't be, there should be no fear or no problems, that it should be something very wholesome, and I think we are also here to learn from each other, so it's great to have that. I think we should really, again, thank God that we have this level of relationship within our community. So it's just, again, a lot of gratitude to each and every one of you who's, really living up to that standard as a single, but also, to hear blessed couples also sharing honestly and wholeheartedly their experience is also truly, truly wonderful. So just a lot of gratitude that everybody can live up to that level and that standard, you know, and that we can really experience more of heaven on earth because of this, because of each and every one of you.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, if you all need more time, then you can finish after the call. But yeah, let's wrap up there. So thank you all so much for joining. It was really nice to have many of you on. And there's only a few of us left in this call, but if one of you could give us a closing prayer, that would be amazing. So who would like to pray?
I can pray.
Thank you.
Okay, please join me in prayer. Dear Heavenly Parents and True Parents, thank you for this amazing 8 weeks of the core program. I really hope that you could really help us, everyone here that joined the core, all 100 participants, and I really hope that we all learn and have more clarity about your purpose of the matching and blessing, and I really hope that we can share this with our communities in the world and really build one heavenly kingdom together with you and True Parents. Thank you for this amazing staff that provided the videos, materials, and I really hope that they can really be, that you can really guide them, and I hope that they could really get your support, and we are really thankful for the whole staff that really prepared this amazing program and that we could really enjoy. I pray this in the name of all of us with gratitude in attending Holy Mother Ham. Ajo.
Jew. Thank you. And well done for completing core. Amazing. Go celebrate, go eat cake, have fun, have a party. Thank you, Robert, for doing the tech. You're the best, man. And yes,
Thanks, everyone.
take care.
Take care.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
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 Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.